episode in the series. So to start with the first question for the day is with reference to Environmental Protection Agency, UNEP stands for. So the options are United Nations 8th Plan, B. United Nations 8th Program, C. United Nations Environmental Plan, and D. United Nations Environment Program. So the correct answer is D. United Nations Environment Program. Hope you guessed it correctly. And this is the further reading. The United Nations Environment Program is an agency of United Nations and coordinates in its environmental activities, assisting developing countries in implementing environmentally sound policies and practices. Moving on to the next question. With reference to Environmental Protection Agency, SACEP stands for option A. South Africa Cooperative Environment Program, option B. South Asia Cooperative Environment Program, option C. South Asia Cooperative Environment Plan, option D. South Africa Cooperative Environment Plan. So the correct answer for this is B. South Asia Cooperative Environment Program. So you can read it here. South Asia Cooperative Environment Program is founded in 1982 by South Asian governments to promote the environment in the region. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to Environmental Protection Agency, UNCED stands for. So option A is United Nations Committee on Environment and Development, option B United Nations Committee on Earth and Development, option C United Nations Conference on Earth and Development, and option D is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So the friends correct answer for this question is D, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development is also known as Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit, the Rio Summit, the Rio Conference, and the Earth Summit. And it was a major United Nations conference held in Rio de Janeiro from 3rd to 14th June 1992. So friends, remember UNCED. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to Environmental Protection Agency, GEF stands for Group Environment Facility, option B Green Environment Facility, C Ground Environment Facility, D Global Environment Facility. So the correct answer for this question is Global Environment Facility. The Global Environment Facility was established on the year of 1992, that Rio de Janeiro Summit. Now friends, moving on to the next question. With reference to Environmental Protection Agency, FSI stands for Forest Survey of India, First Survey of India, Fisheries Survey of India, and Fire Survey of India. So the correct answer for this question is Forest Survey of India. So friends, Forest Survey of India is Indian organization under Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India, and its principal mandate is to conduct survey and assessment of forest resources in our country. So friends, this was it for today's lecture. I hope you have liked it. If you have liked it, please subscribe to Global Online University. Thank you. So friends, to start with, first question is with reference to computer network, WAN, that is WAN stands for option A Wide Administrative Network, World Area Network, World Administrative Network, Wide Area Network. So correct answer for this is D, Wide Area Network. So friend, it is Wide Area Network is a telecommunication network or computer network that extends over a large geographical area. This large geographical area can be a global area or a national area or a state area. So this is Wide Area Network. Now next question, with reference to computer network, LAN stands for. So LAN stands for option A is Local Administrative Network, Local Area Network, C Logical Administrative Network, D Logical Area Network. So the correct answer for this question is Local Area Network. So friends, what is LAN? It is Local Area Network is a computer network that interconnects computer within a limited area such as residence, school, laboratory, university campus or office building. Please remember the difference between the Local Area Network and Wide Area Network. Now the next question for today is with reference to computer network, PAN, PAN stands for Personal. Option A is Personal Administrative Network, option B is Personal Area Network, option C is People's Administrative Network, Option D is People's Area Network. So the correct answer for this MCQ is Personal Area Network. So friends, Personal Area Network is a computer network used for data transmission. Remember this, Personal Area Network is used for data transmission. So among the devices such as computers, telephones, tablet and personal digital assistant. So friend, the simple example of personal area network is a Bluetooth from your phone you can send data to the other phones. That is, and range, you see, range is very limited in personal area network. Hope you have cleared. Now next question. With reference to computer area network, MAN stands for Middle Administrative Network, Metropolitan Area Network, Metropolitan Administrative Network, Middle Area Network. So friend, the correct answer for this MAN is Metropolitan Area Network. So the Metropolitan Area Network is a computer network that interconnects user with computer resources in geographic area region larger than that covered by the LAN and smaller than that of wide area network. So friends, remember this very important difference. It is larger than LAN and smaller than WAN, that is wide area network. So this will be helpful for you. Moving on to the next question. With reference to computer network, CAN stands for. So it stands for option A is Campus Area Network, option B is Common Area Network, C is Common Administrative Network and option D is Campus Area Network. So friends, the correct answer for this is Campus Area Network. So it is used in the campus like university campus or any of the company campus when the network range is limited to the campus, it is called Campus Area Network. So friends, this was it for this. Hope you have liked it and let me know what topic you want me to make today. Is with reference to a publication of a book, ISBN stands for. So ISBN stands for option A is Indian Standard Book Number, International Standard Book Number, International Standardized Book Number or Indian Standardized Book Number. So friends, the correct long form is B, International Standard Book Number. So that's the correct answer. I hope you have guessed it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to the publication of book, NBT stands for. So as we have seen in the last question, the ISBN is international book number, but an Indian agency which maintains the books are, see, this is National Book Trust. NBT stands for what? NBT stands for National Book Trust. This also is a B option. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to autonomous organizations of Government of India, CSIR stand for. So option A is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Option B is Committee of Scientific and Industrial Research. Option C is Council of Space and Industrial Research. Option D is Committee of Space and Industrial Research. So CSIR, friends, stands for Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So it is autonomous R&D organization of Government of India. And the correct answer is A, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to autonomous organization of Government of India is NCERT stands for. So friend, NCERT devises the curriculum for CBSE and other boards. Now the long form of NCERT is National Council of Educational Research and Training. So the correct option is National Council of Educational Research and Training. I hope you have guessed it correctly. A is the correct answer, not other B, C, D are not the correct answer. It is not teaching, it is training only. So correct answer is A. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to Autonomous Organization of Government of India, KVS stands for. So the KVS friends stands for what? It stands for option A, that is Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Remember friends, it stands for Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. The correct answer is answer A, option A. Okay friends, moving on to the next question for the day. Okay, so this was it friends. In higher education, UGC stands for option A is University Grants Committee, B, University Grants Commission, C, Universal Grants Commission and D, none. So friends, the UGC stands for University Grants Commission. So the correct option here is B, that is University Grants Commission. I hope you have guessed it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to institutes in higher education, NCRI stands for. So friends, this is important because this is somewhat out of this thing question, because national. Now let's see what are the options. Options is National Council of Rural Institute, National Committee of Rural Institute, and National Council of Research Institute, and D, none. So generally we tend to go for research, but this is not a National Council of Research Institute. It is National Council of Rural Institute, and its headquarter is in Hyderabad. So correct option is A, National Council of Rural Institute. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to institute in higher education, ICHR stands for. The option A is Indian Committee of Historical Research, B, International Council of Historical Research, C, Indian Council of Historical Research, and D is Indian Council of Human Research. So friends, this is the correct option for ICHR is Indian Council of Historical Research. So the correct option is C. Hope you have guessed it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to institute in higher education, ICPR stands for Indian Council of Philosophical Research, Indian Council of Physiological Research, International Council of Philosophical Research, and D, International Council of Physiological Research. So correct option friends for this is A, Indian Council of Philosophical Research. Now moving on to the next question. With reference to institute in higher education, ICSSR stands for Indian Council of Space Science and Research, B, International Council of Social Science and Research, C, Indian Council of Social Science and Research, and D, International Council of Space Science and Research. So friends, correct answer for this is Indian Council of Social Science and Research. That is option C is the correct option. Listening to a lecture is A, information listening, B, evaluative listening, C, emphatic listening, D, none of these. So friends, it cannot be emphatic listening and none of this. So two option C and D eliminated. So whether it is evaluative listening or information listening. So when you are listening, sometimes like most of the time you may not be aware of the topic what speaker is telling to you. So you are generally getting the information in most of the time. Sometimes you may be like you are aware of the information and he is adding it, but still you are not evaluating it. So the correct answer for this is information listening. Once you listen it, then you start evaluating it after that, but initially it is a information listening. So the correct answer is information listening. Now moving on to the next question. So reading on TV is superior, teaching on TV is superior to classroom instruction because option A is very large classes are made possible and thus it is economically advantageous. This is correct. B, an expert for teaching a difficult topic can be arranged and other can be benefited from them. That is also correct because sometimes in rural areas you don't it is very difficult to travel and like if the expert is like simple thing is expert stays in Delhi and he has to deliver a lecture in Chennai. So for him to give a 1 hour lecture, he should travel at least by aeroplane 6-7 hours. So it is not feasible for an expert. So it is easy to arrange an expert. Now option C is teaching material can be filmed for a reuse. Yeah, that is true because once you have a lecture you can always play it and you have it. So the correct option here is all of the above. So all of this is correct option. Hope friends you have understood it. Now moving on to the next question. So next question is, following are the experimental learning activities adopted by a teacher arrange them in a cyclic order. So friends, the first is accommodation, second is converging, third is assimilation, and fourth is diverging. So first thing a lecturer should do is diverging, like divide into the groups, and the second thing is assimilation. Now assimilation is the second thing, so here, and third thing you should do is converging, like arrange them in a single this thing, and the final thing you store it in the memory, that is accommodation, that is B, option B. So the correct option for this is B. Friends, this is very important because most of the time question are asked on this thing. Okay friends, so hope you have understood. So the correct option for this is option B. Okay friends, now moving on to the next question. So next question is listening is badly affected by a message overload, excess of listened material. Yeah, this is true. High speed of speaking, this also affects the listening. A sizable hearing loss or physiological problem, this also is there. So the correct option for this is all of the above. So friend, this is the next question. Which of the following method of communication is most effective? Now first is a presenting written material. So this is not effective. You cannot just present a written material. Then presenting a written material along with film projector, this is okay, effective. And multimedia presentation, so here you have variety of learning experiences can be given when you are presenting via multimedia. So the amongst three, it appears that C is the most effective communication this thing. So the correct answer for this is C, that is multimedia method. Friends, hope you have liked this video. If you have liked it, please subscribe, and I will be making around 50, I will be covering around 50 questions from each of the topic for this syllabus. So you can subscribe for that also. I will try to cover 50 question each, like there are 10 topics for SET and UGC NET examination. So I will cover 50 MCQs from each topic. So I will try to cover at least 500. So it is about the teaching aptitude, and the correct answer here is the D. Learning is dependent upon the teaching. I hope you have written this answer correctly, friend. The correct answer is D. Now moving on to the next question. Now this was the mathematical question. So for this friend, I am not of mathematical background. I solved it from my friends, and after that the correct answer for this question, for this 25th question of booklet A, is A, friend. So the correct option here is A. There is m epsilon x much or whatever it is. So the first, that is correct option is A. Now moving on to the next question. So friend, here for 26th question, I am not reading the question because it's quite big. Just read the first two lines. A substitution takes a word written in letter X and Y. So for this question, the correct answer is B. Okay friends, the correct answer for this question is B. Okay friends, B, that is 34. Now moving on to the next question. Now for this question, in the group of people, every engineer is a teacher, no politician is a teacher. So for this question, correct answer is D, that is every politician is an engineer. So friends, this is the correct answer, that is D. Now moving on to the next question. Now this is 29th question. This also was mathematical and I did not solve it. I asked my friend, and the answer that came out is, the correct answer for this question is D, that is xn is less than 2 for every n. So the correct answer for this question also is D. Okay friends, now for this question, which of the following will complete the series? So if you look at the ABCD and all that, it is the correct answer for this question turns out to be TV. Okay friends, so that is B. The correct answer for this is TV. Now friends, this was the question for kabaddi player and football player. For this question friends, the correct answer for this question is C. Okay friends, so the correct answer for this question is C. Now moving on to the last question. So friend, they have asked us to they have given one definition, and of what definition that is. So it was, the definition is of net neutrality. So they are, that definition is of net neutrality, that is D. So friends, now this is the last question of this series. It is 60th question. If you have seen the other questions, friends, for other questions you watch my previous episode where I have explained them how the answer has come. But in this series I have not explained, only final answer I will give. Abhijit goes to singing class. So this type of education is informal education. So correct answer for this question is B. So B is the correct answer. So friends, it was nice time solving this Pune University question paper. I hope you have liked all the episodes. If you have not watched all the episodes, watch previous episodes. So and if you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel. So this is the question I am discussing here. They have given two statements, and based on these two statements they have asked okay, what is the conclusion can come out of the statement. So first statement is all elements are intelligent and all intelligent things are human being, and the second statement is some children are innocent. So the first conclusion is some animals are human being. So friends, this won't come out of this conclusion, cannot come out of the statement, because all animals are intelligent and all intelligent things are human beings. So it should be all the animals are human beings, or that conclusion can be drawn. And conclusion second also cannot be drawn, because some children are not innocent, this cannot be drawn. So the option here is correct answer here can be neither 1 or 2. Okay, so D is the correct answer here. Okay friends, let's move on to the next question. Now from the perspective of advertiser, what is the ultimate criteria for success of advertisement as a communication? So friends, here the criteria, the ad is discussed by the target group. So every advertiser want their ad to be discussed by the target group. So this is the main criteria for communicate that advertisement success. So correct option here also is D. Okay friends, I hope you have wrote it correct. Now moving on to the next question. A teacher who considers knowledge as existing primarily in students' ability to interpret and generally tend to emphasize more on. So friend, this here he emphasizes more on discussions and negotiations. So here also the option D is the correct here. Hope friends you have wrote it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. So here the question reads, Dennis McWell defines communication as a process which increases commonality, but also requires element of commonality for it to occur at all. Which of the following cannot be a logical, reasonable inference of this definition? So friends, from above definition, communication depends on the culture located at various levels. This can be drawn because see the second statement which says but it also requires commonality. See, you see different culture will have different commonality, and the statement B is wrong here, like sender is more important for the process of communication. So that cannot be drawn, that is the wrong conclusion. So the correct answer for this question is B. The correct answer is B. Okay friends, hope you have wrote it correctly. Now moving on to the, so friends, this was it. If you have liked it, please subscribe, watch all the previous episodes and if you have liked all the episode of this series, please subscribe to my channel Global Online University. This is the problem. Female rabbits are either juvenile or adult. Each month each juvenile grows to adulthood and each adult female gives birth to one juvenile female. Starting with one juvenile female rabbit, how many female rabbits will there be after 10 months? So friend, this problem was based on the Fibonacci sequence. If you have heard it or those who are expert can tell you detail of it. What I did is like the way I have solved it. The correct answer here is D. That is 89. If you have wrote it correctly. Now how I solved it this way, like if you can see it on the screen. So initially I started from the one adult, and after 1 month it grows to the one. I started with I'm sorry, I wrote 1A. I started with 1J and it grows to one adult after 1 month, and after the sequence which I wrote there, you can follow that sequence. So that is the sequence, and finally after 10 months you come to the answer 89. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, so correct answer for this question was 89. Option D. Okay, moving on to the next question. So the number of positive divisors of 8000 is. So friends, this question also I have solved, and the correct answer for this is 28. So how I got 28? I'm sorry, I have like the Marathi question has gone. So if you have not, you just go back and watch it. Like you pause it for you go back some seconds and watch it. So this way I have solved it for positive integer. So this is the trick. I will not explain the trick. The correct answer here is C. That is 28. Okay friends, I hope you have wrote it correctly. Now moving on to our next question. Now this this question also was a bit tough, because there are many things you needed to calculate, and finally after coming across answer you have to use your logic. A survey for this question, friends, if you read it, I will read it for you. A survey conducted among 480 students of two colleges, that is C1 and C2. So from this 480 colleges you can easily calculate the as they have given the ratio that for college C1 the total number of students were 270, and for college C2 it is 210. So based on that I have calculated, and the final answer is not the one which is marked here. It is the answer B, that is 90 is the correct answer. So if you have any doubt with that, I can also tell you in comment section. It is easy to calculate if you just fill in all the blanks. The laptop is the highest number of people having the laptop, that comes 130, and if see the possibility of having maximum of that thing, you have to eliminate minus 40 from that, so it will come to 90. Okay friends, let's move on to the next question. Now here this question also I have solved. What I did is I added all the percentage and divided it by the sum of the ratios. So it finally it came to the 51.5. That is A. A is the correct answer here. Hope friends you have answered it correctly. Now moving to the next question. Now this was a bit easier. Like the Chennai is coded as 49615210. It's just like ABCD you have to consider, but for A you should not denote A by 1. It should be denoted. It should be noted by 2. So accordingly, if you follow, the answer is A. A is the correct answer for this option. Okay friends, so this was it. I hope you have liked it. I hope you have wrote it correctly, and if you have liked it, please subscribe. That will be very pleasing to me, and that will help me grow. Please subscribe and please ask your friends. If a football is lighter than tennis ball and basketball is heavier than tennis ball. So friends, if you just arrange them according to the their weights, you will come across. So it says that basketball is heavier than tennis ball but lighter than the handball. So first statement A, football, B, sorry, tennis ball, basketball and handball. This is correct, because if you just draw on paper and say ki this is more, this is less, that way it is you will come across this first answer, that is football, tennis ball, basketball and handball. So that's the correct answer. Hope friends you have wrote it correctly. Moving on to the next question of today's lecture. So this was a bit lengthier question, so I have to split it into two this thing. I suggest you to read it all. So question was, the following table presents the number of families in the village earning. So it was generally about the earning of the village families. So there were total 141 families So to answer this you have to divide it. See what they have asked in first statement. I'll go for the first statement. Approximately 54% of the families earn between 10,000 to 20,000. So you just see for 10,000 to 20,000 there are the 40 plus 36 families. So total 76 divided by 141. So that comes approximately to 54%. So the statement 1 is correct. Now moving to the next statement, that is there are 70% families who earn more than 10,000. Now if I see 40 plus 36 plus 18 plus 5, so it turns out to be 99 divided by 141, so it comes around 70 point something. So this statement also is correct. Now I will go to the options. So option A and option C, these two have the first and second as a correct, others don't have, so others are eliminated. So now I will go to the third statement. A family with highest income earns 29,500. So this statement cannot be the true, because the final income here given is 30,000, so that is wrong statement. So directly I will not calculate the median for the income, just C is the right answer for this question. Hope friends you have made it right. Now moving on to the next question. Remember C is the right answer. Now move on to the next question. Now which of the following will complete the series? So this was the easiest question according to me. So it was like 17, 23, 37, 53. So the answer here is 71. It is according to me. I don't know what will be the according to your logic. So 17 minus 23 is 6. 6 into 2 plus you have to add every time you add plus, so it will be like 14, 16, 18. So after 53 it should be plus 18. So it is 71. Hope you have answered it correctly, friends. Now moving on to the next question. Now so this was the question, friends. This was about the cases filed under article 498A, which you know like that article is for the harassment of a married woman, about harassment of married women. So the data says ki maximum, now I'll read the statements. The true, they have asked us to identify the true statements. So maximum increase occurred in Jaipur from 2014 to 2015. A rough look at data will give us an idea that yeah, it's true, because you see from if you calculate in percentage wise also it is more, and number wise also Jaipur has more increase, because it has increased to around say 250 to 260% of the initial year, that is 2013. So yes, it has the maximum increase. Now moving on to the next question, next statement, that is minimum increase occurred in Hyderabad from 2013 to 14. So yeah, that's true, because the total increase is around just say 5 to sorry, it is just 10 to 12%. So no, and in other cases it is more than that. So the statement 2 also is correct. Now I'll move to the options. Now you see option A, B, C, D. If you see option A, B, C, D, I'm sorry, in English part it is not visible. You look at the Marathi part. So option A, B, C, D. Here you have 1 and 2 are correct. It is only at A and D case. Now the third statement here is average increase for the period together is lowest in case of Hyderabad. That is this statement is wrong, because average increase is lowest for the Pune. Okay friends, now moving on to the next statement, that is minimum increase has occurred in case of Pune from 2014 to 15. That is true, because there is no increase, that is minimum increase. So statement 4 is absolutely correct. So here statement first, second and fourth are correct. For that our option is D. Okay friends, so that was it for this series. I am concluding this series. If any doubt is there, I will solve it in the comment section. Thank you friends for your response. Let me know how if you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel and tell other guys also, your friends, to subscribe, because this is a new channel and everybody wants to grow. I also wish to grow. If you help me by adding 1 or 2 extra subscribers from your friends or all. That will help me, that will boost my morale. Thank you friends. Question this, and based on this data there were 2 questions. So I'll directly go to the question. If you have not read, please read the questions by pausing the video. So moving on to the question. So friends, first question on that data was, for your reference I have given the table to the right side. What is the possible maximum number of students in division B who passed in all the 4 subjects? So friends, it is very easy to understand. Okay, in B division, you just see the minimum lowest number, that is the possible maximum students who have passed. So lowest number in B division, in English 34, Hindi 32, in Marathi 36, and in history it is 30. So you have to that is the correct answer. 30 is the correct answer here. Hope friends you have understood it. Now moving on to the next question. The maximum possible number of students who passed both Hindi and Marathi in 3 divisions combined is. Now friends, here also you have to use the same logic. Like you see, for A, B in Hindi, you have to combine them. So maximum student passed is, in A's division it is 30, in B division it is 32 in these 2 subjects, Hindi and Marathi, and in C division it is 31. So if you add up these 3 number, like 30 plus 32 is 62 plus 31, it is 93. So option A is the correct option here. Friends, hope you have understood this. Okay, the correct option is A. Okay, moving on to the next question. Now the phrase giving personal attention to each student individually is an example of. So friends, here you can see succinate means precise. So that cannot be the, see, this is not precise statement. So they have given one phrase, but that phrase, like you see, what is the phrase? It could have been giving personal attention to each students. It should have been done there only. So individually is then extra word. Now circumlocution also is not the correct here. Wordiness also is not correct. So tautology is the correct answer for this. So why tautology? Because they have used an extra word or extra phrase to explain. Because see, they could have done away with individually. Hope friends you have understood this. So tautology is the correct answer. Circumlocution also can be the answer, but it is not the answer. Okay friends, A and C anyways is ruled out. In wordiness you use the see, for one word you use 3-4 words, but that thing has not happened here. Here the phrase is explained in 2 words, like personal attention and individually. See, the individual means also personal, and personal attention is like both are same word. So tautology is the correct answer here. Okay friends, moving on to the next question. Now, which of the following is the most recent and dependable source of information on broad scientific topic? So friends, bibliography, like it is not is ruled out. New textbook also ruled out, because for scientific and broad scientific terms you cannot rely on this. But see, research paper and review article, these 2 things, the competition is between these 2. So most recent is, it can be a research paper or review article, but see, recent and dependable source, but they have said ki broad scientific topic. So friend, research paper focuses on small scientific topic. If you have a review article, it focuses on more like you have to say, a review article can have hundreds of paper, but a broad topic. So I will go with review article, C. Okay, the correct answer is C. Hope friends you have wrote it correctly. Moving to the next question. Now this is quite a simple question. I thought of eliminating it, but because some of you have asked it, I have included. In the context of computer generated typed text, identify the odd non-verbal clue from the following. So as everybody could have written it, it is just emoticon, bold, italic, underline. You know, it is used in Word. If you have used Microsoft Word, emoticon is different thing. Okay friends, so this was it for this lesson. Hope you have liked it. If you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel. It will help me grow. the effective teacher. And options were A. Allows student to ask question, B. Complete syllabus within time, C. Provides a variety of learning experiences, explains, and D. Explains everything to absent students. So friends, the correct option here is C. Provide a variety of learning experiences. As you can see, all the among the four options, C is the best option. So correct option is C. Provides variety of learning experiences. Okay, I hope you have made it correct. Now moving on to the our next question. Dash 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 is a very important in the process of learning. So friends, school atmosphere, like it is mandatory, but not like everybody will have school atmosphere. Infrastructure is also a thing, but not that important for learning. Now teacher's personality is also a thing, but no, it is not that. See, personality for teaching is like it's not dependent on the personality. So the correct answer is a previous knowledge. Previous knowledge for explaining anything. If you don't have the previous knowledge or the background knowledge of that subject, it will be very difficult for a person to explain or for a teacher to explain. So the correct answer is previous knowledge here. Now moving on to the next question. Dash 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 is a result of effective teaching. Now options were a classroom discipline, a punctuality of student, a reference used by teacher, and clear communication. So A and B anyways eliminated because they don't look like very good options. Now the option C and D, among option C and D, it is a clear communication of teacher that matters, like clarity of thoughts and all. So that way it should not be confusing. So the option correct option here is D, clear communication. Now moving on to the next question. Dash 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 is not a characteristic of good teaching ad. If you have read the characteristics of the good teaching ad, it says it should be accurate in every aspect. It should be easily portable, and it should be up to the date. So that's these are the three B, C, D are the characteristics of the good teaching aptitude. And in case of A, it should be large enough so that all the student in the classroom can see it. Friends, that is the main characteristic, that it should be large enough and it should not be a very small. So this is A is the wrong answer here. Means that should not be the characteristic. Okay, fine. So you have to mark A. If you have marked it, it is correct. Now moving on to the next question. If your student have problem related to learning your subject, then the best solution is increasing homework will not solve the problem. Supervised study, see that also is an option, but that won't help. Like it's not that efficient. The frequent assessment also will not help. Now the diagnostic teaching, like you should understand where the thing is going wrong, like why is he not able to understand. So diagnostic teaching should be the answer. Now correct answer here is C, Nidanatmak Adhyapan. Okay, that is a diagnostic teaching. Now moving on to the next question, friends. A proposal that may be provisionally serve as a starting point for a further research is known as. So option marked here is theory, but theory is not a starting point for any of the research. See friends, if you know the Darwin's theory of evolution, it was not a starting point, it was a complete detail of what has happened in the past. You understood? So theory is not something which is a starting point for the evolution. It is a rationale behind the things which have happened. So hypothesis is a starting point where you have some knowledge, not all the knowledge, and based on that you put some proposal and start working on it. So that is correct option here is hypothesis and not a theory. So other anyways C and D are eliminated because model and principles are not a starting point for any of the research or say any of the research program. So the correct marked answer is not see theory. It is correct answer for this question is hypothesis. I hope you have wrote it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. A well written dash dash attracts potential reader and facilitates the cataloging of research report in electronic database. So friends, if you have read any of the journals or anything of that, see what attracts is the title of the any of the article. See, title is what you see first, and then you, if it is interesting, it is catchy, you go for the its real content. So it is a title. So answer here is title. I am not solving the Marathi passage question because Marathi being your mother tongue, I hope you have answered them correctly. So I have tried to answer from the English passage. So this is the passage which was given. I suggest you, if you have not read, pause and read the passage and then try to answer the question. I will directly move on to the question and answers. So friends, this is the part of passage. Now the 13th question for this passage was, according to the ancient Greeks, the art and crafts were. Now if you read the passage, the first paragraph of it shows that there were certain sets of rule. Now this is the expert from the passage. Both arts and crafts were regarded by ancient Greek as a production according to rules. So there were certain sets of rule for the arts and craft production. So the correct answer here is B, the creation produced as per certain sets of rule. I hope you have answered it correctly. Now moving on to the next question. Ancient Greeks considered the arts and craft to be the analogs to each other, distinct forms of creation, and the creation leading to human contentment, and the classical concept meaning the production. So friends, if you have read the passage, the Greeks were of opinion that it is a classical concept and which can be used for production, and based on production, the production and the beauty of the crafts and art, they said that it can be divided whether it is craft or art. So correct answer here is D, the classical concept meaning the production. Hope you have answered it. Now as per the modern aesthetic view, options were A, art is an organized knowledge and procedure that leads to some result. See, this art is not an organized knowledge. That was it was an organized knowledge for the ancient Greeks and not for the modern aesthetics. So according to modern aesthetics, it was art cannot be governed by the rules. So that was their philosophy. So friends, and see, option C is the art can be definitely be result oriented. Art is, and option D is art is the essence of preconceived ideas. So this A, C, D are for ancient Greeks, and B, option B is for the modern aesthetic, that is art cannot be governed by the rules. Now 16th question, to judge excellence in arts and crafts, perfection was the primary criteria for. See, perfection, as I told you, perfection was primary criteria for the ancient Greeks. Based on the perfection, they decided the beauty of the art and craft. So it was for ancient Greeks. So answer for 16th question is ancient Greeks. Now moving on to the 17th question. Charles Buttocks believed that it is art's production of beauty that distinguishes. Now as it is clearly mentioned in the passage, the art's production of beauty distinguishes the art from crafts and sciences. So it is option C here. Hope you have answered it correctly, friends. Now moving on to the 18th question. The author of the passage tries to suggest that, friends, I am a bit of I am not convinced for the one answer. I am I want to leave it up to you. Only I will go with my answer. I don't think so that will be the but I am quite confident that it will be 80%, that will be the answer. Here I have a confusion from option A is there is a lack of all inclusive definition of art. So that is there. That was the essence of the passage. Now the beauty can be the basis of evaluation of the art. This was also there in the passage. You can draw this conclusion, and art can be judged by the opinions of its lover. So this is also there. The ancient concept of art is more acceptable than the modern one. So only I am able to delete this D. D cannot be the answer. Now from A, B, C, beauty can be the basis of evaluation of the art. This also can be eliminated because it is not taking the whole passage. Only essence of passage I think it lies from the in A and C. So I am going with the C. My answer is C. I have confusion with A and C. The I think correct answer can be art can be judged by the opinions of its lover. If you have other answer, you please tell me. Okay friends, so this was for the passage. I will solve other questions also. Please for more update, dash 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 is mainly responsible for depletion of ozone in stratosphere. So friend, it is nothing but chlorofluorocarbon. It is very well known fact. So correct option for this question is A. Now moving on to the next question. Friends, this question can be debated, but according to me, the major source for fecal contamination in water is domestic effluent. So I will go with A. I suggest you confirm it, but the according to me it should be a domestic effluent A. So option is A. Now a dash 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 is used to show exact value. So if you see option A, it is pie chart which is proportional, like you have 360-degree pie chart, and C bar diagram is also proportional, and D dot plot also are proportional. So the only thing that remains is a table is used for the exact value. So option B is correct. Now moving on to the next question. Here see, they have asked us to match list 1 with list 2. So friends, I have not read all the options. You just go, if you are living in India, everybody knows that Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, which is from Puri Jagannath. We also called it Puri Jagannath. So the Jagannath Sanskrit University, if that comes, it should in your mind it should click it is from Puri. So I will see for why, what is where, if there is anywhere 3. So it is there at only at 3. 3 is there only for option D. There is no other option. So I will not look for the other options also. So the correct answer for this should be D. That is Puri Jagannath Sanskrit University. Okay friends, I hope this you have wrote correctly. Now moving on to the next question. Socio-economical impact due to construction of multi-purpose dams in valleys is mainly concerned for. Now you see, it is most simplest, because see, they have asked samajik, socio and economic impact. So see, though if you construct a dam, there is a possibility of earthquake and all, but most probable answer for this will be project affected people. So the option is D. Okay, now so friends, in the context of first question for today or this lecture is, in the context of internet, what is the full form of FTP? Friends, if you are aware of this full forms of this thing, so the FTP stands for file transfer protocol. Option D is correct here. Okay friends, moving on to the next question. So identify the correct pair from the following. Friends, Amazon is founded by Jeff Bezos in 1994. Google is okay. So Twitter is founded by someone I don't remember now, but not Julian Assange. He's a I like he's behind the WikiLeaks, I believe. So YouTube was founded by Javed Karim. So only option B is correct here. It was founded by Google was founded by Sergey Brin and one other co-founder. So option B is correct here, and not any other option. Okay friends, I hope you have made it correct. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which of the following is the correct chronology of internet facility? The correct mark is on the wrong question here, wrong answer here. Like see, Amazon was I will tell you the sequence. Amazon was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos, which he founded, and he started selling books initially for the initial period in 1994. Google was founded in 1998 by Sergey Brin. Just now we have learned it. Now Snapchat was founded very lately. It was founded in 2011. Now then Facebook was founded in 2004 by you all know Mark Zuckerberg. So what is our answer here? Amazon first, Google second, Facebook third, and Snapchat 4. So correct option, correct chronology is D. Friends, correct chronology is D. Hope you have made it correct. Now moving on to the next question. The major initiative undertaken for water conservation, namely Jal Yukta Shivar. Maybe if you are a resident of Maharashtra, you may be knowing that Maharashtra government has actively and very proactively, would say, has taken up the Jal Yukta Shivar initiative. Hope friends you have made this answer correct. Okay, now which of the following resources is a renewable? As we can see, a coal, a non-renewable, it gets exhausted. Petroleum is a non-renewable, it gets exhausted. Natural gas, it non-renewable, it gets exhausted. Now forest is something which gets exhausted, but you can cultivate, like it is a renewable source among these four. Okay friends, so correct option here is option D. Okay friends, I hope you have made these 5 questions correct. For other question you can watch my previous videos. Okay, thank you friend. Thank you. If the first question regarding the Maharashtra University Act 1994, which one of the following articles suggested various rules of admission for the senior college? So friends, if you have read that amendments or University Act, Article 65 talks about the admission. Article 65 talks about the admission. So the correct answer here is A, Article 65. Hope you have answered it correctly. Now moving on to the next question friends. Here educationist and their special education contribution, choose the correct, like it is match the following kind of thing. Friends, if you have and I have not taken the questions in their order. I know when you see the question you will understand what you have made it, like what answer you have given. So based on that you please manage your things. And see friends, here a very simple this thing, if you know Braille Lipi, Braille Lipi, which is Marathi, it is called Braille Lipi in Marathi. It is for blind people. So it is very clear that Y should be 4. If you look at the options, only C has Y for 4. Okay friends, so it was that easy. My friend mistaken it. So A is not the correct answer. C is the correct answer here, because Braille language is for blind learners. It was developed by Louis Braille, and it is for blind learners. So only Y for 4 is it is only at C. So other options, again I will tell you, this Lal Advani is a social worker who is working for disabled people, so it is for 1. And Thomas Edison, many of his invention has helped to deaf learners. He was the first person to invent the microphone and all the things. Not microphone, exactly the audible devices. And then R is for 3. So based on that, only thing here you should know, the Braille language was developed for the blind learners. Okay friends, so option here C is correct here. Okay, moving on to the next question. Yoga education mission is related to, friends, it is for medical education. It is not for general education, technical education or professional education. It is for medical education. Remember this, or maybe this was the right answer. Okay, now the dash is the best indicator of total importance of the journal to the researchers. So friends, as I myself being a researcher and having published 2-3 papers, it is impact factor that matters most to the researchers. If you go to the G index, it is for scientists, and Gary Field quotient and all those things are not that important for researchers. It is impact factor that matters to us. So it is impact factor. Now moving on to the next question. Which type of waste is classified as a hazardous? Friends, a chemical waste is always classified as a hazardous than household, commercial or the agricultural waste. So friends, I hope you have answered these questions accordingly. If you have answered, please comment. And if question paper, what is the full form of ICSSR? So the full form of ICSSR is Indian Council of Social Science Research. That is option A. Hope you have wrote it correctly. And moving on to the next question of ours. Which of the following is the correct full form of CBFC in the context of Indian film? So friends, the print is not that good because I have received it in the form not that good, like it is blurred image. I hope you have understood, so that's why I read the question. I'm reading it again. Which of the following is the correct full form of CBFC in the context of Indian film? So it is a Central Board of Film Certification. So that is the correct answer. Answer A. Now moving on to our next question. In the context of journalism, what is meant by page 3 news? So options were: A, hard news about polity, society, published on page 3 of newspaper; soft stories on social and personal lives of celebrities and stars; and option C is news about rape, murder, other crime, published on the page number 3 of newspaper; D, investigative and analytical news about corruption, published on page number 3 of newspaper. So friends, it is option B, soft stories on social and personal lives of celebrity and stars. So this was the correct option, option B. Now moving on to the next question. It is identify the incorrect pair from the following. So it is, see, TTF is for font only, WAV is here they have given the file and its extension, so we have to choose the incorrect pair. So friend, if you find it, if you see, the all first three are correct. The D option, EXE, exclusive data file, is not an exclusive data file, it is executable data file. So option D is incorrect here. So friends, remember, option D is incorrect here. Hope you have made it correct. Now moving on to the next question of ours. So here, find the correct pair from the following. So 1 kilobyte is equal to 10 raised to 3, 1 gigabyte is equal to 10 raised to 9, 1 terabyte is equal to 10 raised to 12. So the correct answer here is 1 megabyte is 10 raised to 6. That is B is the correct option here, friends. Friends,